All right, what's going on, everyone in the Free Dunk Nation? I'm B Tactics. Y'all seen the video I've already posted about, just general positions on what you should be choosing. I'm gonna try to maybe go in a little more details on why you may want to choose a certain position. Today we have point guards. There's 4 point guards we have. Let me actually show the point guards. Now, granted, yes, this is still in another language because I don't have the original, right? So these are the characters we have. We have Gray here. Sorry, I didn't even click on it. We got Gray. We have Uncle. We have Momo. And we have QQ. Yes, KIU is Q. So we have 4 point guards, right? 2 of them are starting characters, well, beginner characters. So when you get like beginner books, you can use beginner books on beginner characters. Easier to level them up. So the ones you get is QQ and Momo. Now let's look at QQ. QQ is going to be fast. QQ can shoot better than Momo from 2-pointer, 3-pointer, better on-ball defense, right? I just want to make sure I'm stating these things, right? And what was the steal? The steal is, I believe, a 30. So he's not primarily someone that you're going to get a lot of steals for, but you'll be able to maybe, I wouldn't say body up on players either because you don't have a lot of physical. But you won't get your ankles took as much, so it's easier to play defense with her. Easier to be able to contest with her due to the fact she's able to jump. Her jump was a 43. She can shoot, and let's look at these skills now. Now, granted, I'm saying she quote can't steal, but the steal is still it's still a quick steal. Wait, I think I lied to y'all. No, she can steal. Her steal is a 48. Yeah, her steal is a 48. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm over here looking at the block stat, not the steal stat. So she can steal. And you show quick steal. So again, she really will be great for playing on the ball. You get a face up or something. You prevent someone from being able to dribble. Quick steal, boom. If you knock it out their hand, she can dive on the ball. Right? So, to me, this is an easier character than Momo, in my opinion. Better? I'm not saying it. I'm just saying easier. Right? Look, you get to the basket, you can pass out. That's layup pass. Right? I believe she also is this. I don't know what this is. Oh, the step back shot. It's not like a real step back, but you're about a 3-line. It'll let you step back to the 3 line so you can shoot the 3 instead of shooting a 2 or trying to like move to the perfect spot. Right? What's this? We got jump pass. Right? We have options here. So clearly, you can tell she's able to shoot, she's able to pass, she's able to steal. Wait, that's jump pass? Wait, what was I just looking at? I don't know what I just looked at earlier now. So now I'm a little confused, not heavily confused, but a little confused. I believe one is it gets the defender to jump. I don't know. I really don't know. But point blanks, this, if you want to say this is the point guard you want to start with, I would say this is a great idea. For a beginner player, like for example, I could say Dizzy wanted a 3-and-D player, right? So I gave him a player that was more for defense, but he's new to the game. So things I can tell him for advanced, you gotta know your basics, right? Dizzy, if you want to play a 3-and-D point guard at an easy level, this is the point guard you can start with. Yeah, you don't have no defensive moves, but you're new to the game. A lot of these moves are easy to pull off. The steal is just The quick steal is just pressing the steal button. The dive, just the steal button again, right? The layup pass here, you gotta go for you press layup, and as soon as you get the layup animation, you press the pass button, jump pass, as soon as you get to a shot, you press pass. But it's an easy character to learn. Right? Now, my personal preference was actually MOBA. Right? So I'll tell you now, she is harder to play on-ball defense with. You can get your ankles cooked. Now, she can dribble better. In fact, I'm not even sure who had the better passing. Her pass is a 61. Maybe Mobo's pass is lower. Yeah, her passing is a 56. That doesn't mean that the other character has better pass. She has better pass moves. All right? It's not that big of a difference. Go with what your preference is. Right? So we have Momo here. She can create space to get off her shot. That is true. I would say she's a little harder to learn though. Granted, yes, you have a dribble move. But a lot of players don't really know how to perform this dribble move. I find it simple, but when you're new to the game, maybe that's a little harder, you know? What else she has? This isn't quick shot. Yes, that's perfect shot. Okay, so that's perfect shot from the 3 line. I did not know that. But if you're new to the game, you probably won't be aware of that, so you're probably not using it. So again, that's, in my opinion, 2 skills that's not as beginner friendly. Now I know some players, no, that's easy to do. Look, if y'all gonna tell me it's easy to do, and you gotta tell me y'all play other freestyle games, you're kind of proving my point, right? So now we got, dive. Except hers is different. When she dives, she can actually dive and pass. Okay, we can't see it right here. But yeah, she has a dive and pass. So you can choose to dive on the ball, you can choose not to pass, you can dive on the ball, you can choose to pass. I think that's just for her. Now, this is one, let's try it one more time, see if it shows up. It is. Oh, there you go. So look, she dive, boom, and then she passes it. Just want you to be aware of, what you could do with these characters. Now, she has intercept. So when they pass it near you, steal the ball. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work 100%. I'm not saying this is going to be easy to do. I don't think it's something that a beginner player will be doing right away. Honestly, in my opinion, I wouldn't expect anyone to be doing this right away. Like when I saw she had intercept, that's what made me want to use it. Now she also has quick steal. Right? There you go. Boom. Now I will recommend this. She's not someone to be guarding a dribbler. She can be on ball, but someone that's a dribbler, you might need maybe some more perks for defense. Like I had a hard time guarding the ball with her. Thought my ankles broke. Granted, yes, I didn't have a lot of upgrades in here in comparison to the players I played against, But I'm just gonna state like it's not gonna be so easy. Right? So here she got a pass out of her dribble. And I don't think everyone's gonna, I think that's actually easy to do. I don't think players will be used to having it as a skill with her, then go to someone else and then not have it. They'll think, the game is broken. So if you're asking me, if you're new to the game, I would say the first player you should choose is QQ. My opinion. Now, if you're not new to freestyle and you maybe played it, especially as a point guard, I want to say, if you're not new and you played point guard on freestyle games, maybe you might prefer MOBA. But if you're not used to it and you want to play this point guard style, choose QQ or go a long way. And then, if you're used to QQ, then get Momo next, right? These are both the beginner point guards, though. So now we're going to look at the 2 other point guards. I'm going to look at Uncle first because I believe Gray is the hardest point guard to learn and use and feel like you're enjoying the game. My opinion, okay? So we got Uncle. Let's say you wanted to play as a shooting guard, but then like you had to play point guard for X reason. Uncle's perfect. He's a little more physical than the last 2 point guards. Better dribble. Yeah, it's past the 55, but that's still good enough. In fact, I would argue it might be great. But that's my opinion, right? 56 speeds, 56 jumps, so he can move around, he can contest shots, on the perimeter. So you still kind of got a two-way player. His defense wasn't as high as... Was as high as Bobo? It's around the same ballpark, though. Okay, 49, 44, it's not a big deal. It is better than QQ. I mean, yeah, it's better than Momo, not better than QQ. Sorry, I just checked QQ beforehand. QQ is the one that is the easier one for a new player. I was recommending Momo for players who have some experience. But then Uncle, if you like QQ, I would say look at Uncle. He got some dribble moves. Now you might say, oh, but QQ had the dribbles. That is true. But if you can learn some of these dribble moves, it'll make it a little easier for you. Again, it's mainly because he can shoot. But honestly, if you learn Momo and you was like, I just wish I had more offense, then Uncle would be perfect. Well, he got the same pass. Look, got the layup pass right over. Right? He can dive for the ball. Now he can't pass, and his dive might even be worse. Oh, you're not going to show it to me right now. Let me try clicking it one more time. There we go. Look, he can still dive for the loose ball, and he has good layup range too. I just noticed that. Does he have perfect shot? Yo, he has pull-up jumper. Okay, this is something I was looking for with Momo. I was like, Momo had pull-up jumper. This would make it a little bit better. But again, look, he got someone pull-up jumper. Now, the one thing I noticed, he does not have quick steal. He really seemed to be offensive based. Like he got the jelly, right? So you have a lot of offense. This is your offensive guard. So if you would ask me, this is like a slasher, but he can shoot the three. Right? So he'd be like a slasher. QQ be like a shooter. Like, oh, this is NBA Live. This is your slasher. Yeah, I know he can shoot threes, but this is your slasher. QQ is your backcourt shooter. And then Momo is your playmaker. But yeah, look, he can still shoot the three. He can steal the ball. It's not as high as others, but he can steal the ball. Right? His block gears has to be desired. It's only a 20. He's not going to be blocking shots, but he can contest. Contest is based on block and jump. And it's also based on outside defense. So you have 3 stats that affect shot contest. So if you can't get like your block stat up and you want them to miss more, hey, work on the other stats. Again, I think getting the lower stat higher will probably help the percentage. That's me, but I wouldn't go for it. If you're trying to contest the shot in the perimeter and not playing the inside, get stats that can help you out more. Cause there's later on there's like perks that can help you how do I state this? There's perks. There's gonna be perks that go by percentage, and then having your higher stat will give you a better percentage. I'd go with that. But now we're gonna say the hardest point guard, in my opinion. I do not recommend this character for somebody who wants to play any form of offense. If you like offense, you do not get this point guard. You might say, oh, I want to play defense. Okay, you want to play defense. But if you want to play offense, do not get this point guard. Because you can play defense without him. He's really defensive minded. All right. So, Ron Gray. You see he got like a bunch of yellow stats. Nothing really looks bad. right? Can he shoot the three? I mean, if he's open, you got some perks for it. Yeah, he'll make them. It's not saying he's gonna make all of them. The mid-range, yeah, he can make the mid. Am I recommending you to shoot with him? No, I'm just saying he can make them. The outside defense is a 65. So he can get up on someone. He can get contest. He can body up on someone because he got his physical at a 41, right? He may not be as fast as the point guards, but he has moves to help him keep up with the other point guards. So it's going to be hard for you to get beat anyway. Besides, you as fast as them and you can, tussle them, it'd be wild. Well, yeah. But he's able to at least pass the ball. I'm going to say it'd be wild, but then you'll say, yo, you do that with Owl. You was bodying up people and Owl was fast. You got me there, but Owl can't pass and shoot as well as him, which isn't the biggest compliment. But yeah, let's look at these skills. Right, look, you want the quick steal? You got the quick steal. And more than likely, you're going to get that steal once you hit the ball. More than likely. Especially when you start upgrading this character. Like I said, this character can be a defensive nightmare. Annoying, a pest. You ever had like a rock, you like one pebble in your shoe, not like a whole rock, that one little pebble, you be walking like, what is that? And like you be moving your foot around. This is what the character reminds me of. Like that one annoying pebble in your shoe, and you can't do nothing about it. Right? So he's able to, leap around to spots to beat you there. Right? He also has a contest. So as you shoot, he does not have to jump. He just push the contest button and you'll brick. Now, of course, jumping gives you more of the contest, but maybe they pump fake, you don't want to jump for the pump. You can do that. Again, you can also steal the ball too. So you never have to actually jump. Now, if they make the shots, you don't have to jump, but that's another story. Right? He can dive for the loose ball, just like the other point guards. I mean, one had a dive and pass. That's what I want. He has an intercept as well. Right? So they passing the ball, it's yours. It's just yours. There's no questioning it. Your ball. Right? But he also has alley-oop. But I don't understand how to perform the alley-oop because the other player who you throw the ball to has to dunk it. I don't know the button to dunk. I assume it's the shoot button. Maybe it's the dunk button. I don't know. I'd figure it out, but I did not play with one point guard the whole time. I was always point guard, and I think only 2 people have alley-oop. And I was the only player using characters that threw alley-oop, so I couldn't even learn it. Which I'm not complaining, I'm just stating. Right? So now we see his skills, you realize the only offense he has is the alley-oop. But, again, having 65 outside defense is good. His inside defense is a 40. I really forgot what that last stat was. I gotta figure that out. Right? He got decent layup. He can dunk for a point guard. That's pretty good because if you're playing with someone who may be away from the basket, hey, you got something there. Hey, maybe in the future he gets layup pass. Yes, I know I can check the skills. I'm not going to because I wanted to, more of the basics going to the intermediate. You're not in the advanced yet. So, to wrap this up, I am recommending if you're new to the game, you never played as a point guard, you choose QQ. This is QQ. Okay? You'll be able to have offense. You're not aware of missing shots, and you can give effort. Yeah, you may not be able to intercept. Sure. All right? But you're not going to have a bunch of players that have to intercept anyway. This is starting off. This is the beginning. You can pass the ball. You can dive for the ball. You can shoot it. So they can't just leave you open. And I'm talking about as level 1, you can shoot the ball. You don't have to go to like level 40 kajillion. Level 1, if you're open, shoot the ball. You'll make more than you miss. You miss a 3, shoot a 2. Your 2-pointer better than your 3-pointer. Right? You get the ball, you wanna get to the basket, you can do that. You got passing. Like you got everything in your kit to shoot in the pass. You can be the offense. Yeah, you're not uncle, but you are the offense. Just starting off. If you're playing with a shooting guard or even a small forward, you can say, hey, I can shoot two. You're playing with a small forward, you're probably more prone to shoot threes for them. If you're playing with a shooting guard, you're more prone to shoot twos for them. You know, shoot. If you're playing with a small forward, you can still shoot twos. You're playing with a shooting guard, you can still shoot threes. It's just you can do both. Not better than, you're not gonna shoot a mid range better than a small forward. You're not shooting a three better than a shooting guard, but you can do both. And the fact that you're probably going to have another point guard guarding that might not be good at defense. They can't intercept, so they're not going to be in the passing lane. Who knows? Maybe you get something, right? But again, if you play this game and you understand it, especially if you understand point guards, and you understand intercept, like maybe you play 3-on-3 freestyle 2, I'm highly recommending MOBA. I can't just I highly recommend. Yes, the defense is lower, but once we start learning defense and the ping is different, you will see the difference of using MOBA. Being faster, yeah, you can't contest as well, but when you start understanding how the steal system works, well, you understand why you won't have to contest as well. But then after that, if you don't want to begin a character, I would recommend Uncle because of his offensive capabilities and the fact he can still play defense, right? But then if you really just want to play straight up defense and then offense is like, okay, if it's there, I'll try to take it, and again, not for a new player, advanced players, okay? Uncle, I would say it's intermediate to advanced, but Gray is just strictly advanced. Please don't choose Gray if you're new to the game until you understand how the point guards work, or at least until the game works. Because you might choose Gray, and you might have Momo, and you might just be able to just play better defense just by using QQ. So it's like I would say even if you're just looking for anything else, if you just want to play defense, only looking at Gray for the defensive capabilities. Once you're talking defense or a mixture of offense, I'm going to recommend Momo and Uncle. Well, no, QQ and Uncle. But again, if you understand the game, please, you're starting off, use Momo. Help players. This is going to be an underrated guard to start off. And Momo will become more wanted over time. Gray will be more wanted over time because after a while, everyone's offense will be going through the roof and somebody's going to want someone to get a stop. And if you can get stops with Gray and you can still get a bucket, again, I know I'm saying don't try to score with Gray, but I'm just stating he is for defense. But if there's an opening, you take the offense. Advanced character. But yeah, easiest to hardest, right? QQ, Momo, Uncle, Gray. All right, y'all take care now. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribing, because you can put that subscribe button that's right over here. And don't forget, you can watch the videos over here. I want to see you in there too. All right, you enjoy yourself.